Hi.
Hello.
Oh, that was weird.
Hello.
Are we gonna do an ASMR?
No.
episode?
No, I don't have anything. Well, I could
feel
tap.
like you would hate that.
I could tap.
Do you know what ASMR videos I've been watching nonstop?
What?
People squish soap. It's like but it's like a hard shell of soap, and there's like foam in it, and it's so crunchy, and I'm like,
I like
tickles
the
that
ones
spot in my brain.
where they do like the razor blade on it and then they cut it and it's like, that's really, yeah.
Why do we like it? It's weird.
I don't know. Sensory things like that are really nice. I don't like all ASMR. Like I don't like when people talk into a microphone and they're like you can hear like they're like
Well, because you can.
mouth noises.
I was gonna say you wouldn't like it because you hear more of the like issue. That'd be an issue for you.
I don't want to hear mouth noises, but other noises are really lovely.
Mhm.
Or the other ones, it's not necessarily ASMR, but it's more like visual ones where it's like that machine that squishes things. It's like
What are your favorite things it squishes?
anything that's like kind of soft or that does like, it has a really,
nice waxy candle.
oh yeah. It makes like a crunch or it like has like a good sort of like, whenever they put the glass in there, hate it.
Hate it.
Or anything that's hard. I don't know. I've been surprised by things. Plastic, squishy stuff. Anything that can actually be like squished nicely.
I like guesstimating if I'm gonna like it and then seeing how it turns out. And then sometimes you are deceived. Sometimes it's like a cantaloupe and it's like wet and chunky. And I'm like, who did this? What kind of monster set us up for this?
Do you like when they roll the bottles down the stairs and you see like how long, how far one's gonna make it?
Those are our strongest soldiers for real. It's like some of them are such fighters. I'm like, I thought I've had a hard life. You really have thick skin.
I know. But I can never guess correctly.
And one that I've been stuck on lately that I'm obsessed with, real or cake. There's one specific account. I didn't watch the Netflix show, but there's one specific TikTok that either I get them all right or I start off wrong and then I completely second guess myself and like, you know how I do with 50-50 odds, always wrong. But it's exciting. They're so good. I'm like, okay, Betty Crocker, how the fuck do you know how to do that?
I like the ones that are trolling it. They're like, is it cake? It's like the most shitty like cake version of a Coke bottle. Is it real or is it cake?
And all the reactions in the back and they're like, ooh, oh my God.
No, they are so good. See, I wish I had like a talent like that. Like I could make just an exact replica of like a turkey, but it's a cake.
I'm like, that head of broccoli is cake. Why is it like that? It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do a nice face beat. It's kind of similar. I feel like you could be good at cake decorating.
Is it cake?
I'm going to say it's real.
Okay. You're right.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
with Katie Maloney
and Dana Cathan.
Unapologetically,
We're here to do what we want to do.
spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like,
Disrespectfully.
I have something terrible to tell you.
What?
Okay, my ear spider from last week. At Katie's, I did the ear cleaning thing and nothing came out. I am still convinced something's going on. Someone was trying to be helpful and they messaged me. Don't ever message a hypochondriac this, and told me her son got a moth stuck in his ear because it was flying around the house and it like landed on his ear and they put something on it and it was gone. And he was like, it went in my ear and no one believed him. She saw something, took him to the hospital. A few small things came out and they're like, oh, there was something in there, but that's it. A month later, he still felt something. Took him to the pediatrician, uses the little thing to look in the ear. An entire moth comes out a month later.
No. Why didn't they use that to look in there the first time?
I don't know. Maybe it was just farther back and they couldn't. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I am.
Are you sure?
Devastated. Well, that's what she said. And she's on the internet, so it must be true.
You guys don't send this stuff to Dana.
Please don't. I cannot handle it. So that's what I'm going through. How are you today?
I'm good. Dude, there's like drama at my building.
Tell me.
So good.
You little package thief?
No, not that kind of. So, I take the dogs out this morning and I look, one of the maintenance people, God bless them, they're like scrubbing the side of the building. I'm like, what? I look closer. Someone had wrote someone's name and then their like apartment number in spray paint on the side of the building. I don't know. I want to know what the tea is. I want to know what this chick did. I don't want to say her name because whatever.
Did you see what the number was?
Yeah.
Did it match the floor you were on? Like, do you think it was by that person's apartment or just randomly like did it on the building on the way out? Like based on the apartment number and where you were?
They like listed her apartment number.
No, I get that, but do you think it was near the, like, wherever you took them?
It was the front of the building. It was like literally, okay, like when you, like you're looking at the front of the building to the left.
Oh,
huge.
Oh,
do you want to see a picture?
yes, I do. Of course I do. I was picturing where you take on the way to take the dogs out. Oh, it was right on the outside. Oof.
Oh, girl. I was kind of far away. I tried to zoom in, but it was huge.
Oh my God.
And they were like scrubbing it with like, I don't know, soap and water. I was like, I think you're gonna need something stronger. Perhaps a power washer. But then, you know, like there's people coming in and out, walking their dogs, children, and so they're like, oh hello. They're trying to good morning, trying to like get them to like, don't look over here. And so of course they were just like taping up like just signs to cover it in the meantime. But I'm like, holy shit.
They're like the landlord painting over the cockroach. They're like, this is fine. What else are we supposed to do?
Like, what does she do? What's the tea?
The thing is, people are crazy, but at the same time, I mean, that's an intense thing to do.
On the side of a building, like, it's not her building.
Right. But they obviously want her to feel embarrassed and like, I wonder if any neighbors know who this is. And also that's how passionately
well, we all know
this person feels about it.
We all know who lives in an apartment, you know, that number.
We sure do. I mean, they don't, but we do.
And we all know she did something wrong. I walked out at the same time as another woman. She goes something about like a man something.
Okay, so that was my first thought because this is objectively a woman's name.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I thought. I thought irrational man. She didn't do anything. He's a weirdo.
Unless, did she cheat?
I don't know. I'm on her side until I know that it's a woman's hand on the other side of that can. I don't.
What happened?
I think that he's irrational. That's
clearly,
an irrational thing to do. So
no, you have to be completely unhinged. I mean, I am a fan though. Like when people like buy out entire billboards to be like, Steve, you lying piece of
yeah, Steve
like,
is an idiot.
Enjoy your double life, you know, that kind of thing. I'm a fan of that.
Don't you just assume and like buy that bad handwriting, which, you know, my handwriting is it's so psychotic. Don't you assume that that's a man? I think that it's she didn't want to keep dating him.
It's somebody that does not do street graffiti.
No, they were not at the
this
building.
Is the first
they
time.
weren't in the downtown buildings creating the beautiful works of art. This is the first time they went to Home Depot.
This is the work of an amateur.
They went to Home Depot in like a baseball cap because they were feeling upset about it, and like having an employee help them pick the perfect spray paint, and then you know felt pretty insecure and just went and kind of thought they were razzle dazzling the building. Yeah, we'll call this person S. I think that S is an innocent bystander. I think that S has been trying to get rid of X for a long time, and this is how X responded. And
I don't know. I don't think someone gets that pissed off over nothing. Let's be real.
Have you ever dated a man?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I know, but like, obviously he's unhinged, but like, I think there's got to be more into it than just like he's just pissed. I'm
siding with S.
Someone has to be really.
I
know, and I listen. I'm a girl's girl as well, but like sometimes being a girl's girl doesn't always mean that you just automatically side with the woman.
No, exactly. But if someone's portraying that kind of behavior, I'm just more.
I get it, but like I also, I'm inclined to believe that maybe she really hurt this person.
Maybe she went down on his dad. We don't know. We don't know. We will never know. Unless you go to that apartment, which is what I would do. I would go take a little cup with my ear spider, have it listen for me.
All I know is based on where they're not far from me.
No, I'm saying, so why don't you just like casually stroll through the halls and be like, see if there's any shouting, see what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, speaking of crazy, do you want to know what I did yesterday?
Well, yes, obviously.
I'm so paranoid. I gave myself a paper cut thinking that someone sent me a glitter bomb, which was actually this shirt. So look how cute this shirt is.
Very cute.
Shout out to Julia, my friend on TikTok. Her handle is EMDpod on Instagram and TikTok. And the back says Feral Girl Summer. And I thought it was so cute. We're just internet friends. And she sent me this, which was so sweet. But I forgot that I wasn't expecting a package. So I get it. And it doesn't have, it's a word that I don't recognize, which is the person who printed the shirt for her. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was in my lobby. And so I was like, nope, outsmarted you. And I was like, I don't think I have any ops that would be this heated right now to do something like this, but you never know. My dad is floating around somewhere, you know, I'm just like worried about it. So I go to open it and I'm like, first of all, there's a cement floor down here. Second of all, there's a trash can. So I'm just going to go right in there. And as I go to open it, I slice my thumb and then I'm like, and I just hear this go into trash. So
what kind of package was it?
it was a tiny brown box, which is what they look like.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what they look like. This was like folded up just so in a tiny
Why was
box.
it in like an envelope?
I don't know, but it had the makings of a glitter bomb. I am glad that part of my brain existed from this show to remember, and I will never open something in my apartment until I know for sure. But I was just like, am I getting glitter bombed?
I'm glad you weren't, and it was just a cute top instead.
Me too.
This episode of Disrespectfully is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Let's talk about self-care and those non-negotiables that keep us grounded, because pretty wacky world out there. What are your go-to self-care routines? You can't say margaritas.
My schedule is packed with travel, work, and honestly, everything in between. So it's easy to let my priorities slip. Even when I know what makes me happy, it's hard to make time for it.
Exactly. It can be tough to make time for yourself, but when you feel like you have no time for yourself, non-negotiables like therapy are more important than ever.
And if you're thinking about starting therapy, BetterHelp is a great option to consider. Whether you're learning positive coping skills, setting boundaries, or just working on being the best version of yourself, therapy is an invaluable tool.
That it is. BetterHelp is done entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. Plus, you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Therapy isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. It can be beneficial for anyone looking to improve their mental well-being. Personally, therapy has helped me navigate life changes with more resilience,
You have been looking really resilient lately. You were hot earlier. I should have said it's because you're so resilient looking.
Why are you looking so resilient these days?
The biggest compliment someone can pay.
Therapy.
So why not give it a try? Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp.
Visit betterhelp.com/disrespectfully today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/disrespectfully. Take care of yourself and make time for what truly matters.
There's nothing like the sizzle of a nice, juicy, meaty glizzy on the grill on a warm summer evening. And for me, the real magic happens when you've got the perfect bread or bun to complete your meal.
You are never going to escape the hot dog love allegations, and you do love a good bun. Bread and buns are essential when you're serving up burgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, and more. Just because it's summer doesn't mean you have to cut out all the carb-heavy foods you love. Because it's summer, you guys.
That's where Hero Bread comes in. They've completely reinvented the bread and buns that make summer great. Imagine fluffy, delicious bread with no net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and fewer calories. Plus, it's packed with protein and fiber.
And their sweet, melt-in-your-mouth Hawaiian rolls are perfect for guilt-free summer sliders. I tried them last weekend, and let me tell you, delicious. Never been done before. Game changer.
The taste of Hero Bread is fantastic. I've been using their brioche buns for burgers, and the texture is just like the real thing, honestly. I was genuinely surprised at how fluffy and satisfying they are compared to other options.
I know what you mean. The Hawaiian rolls are my new favorite. I'm planning on making some jackfruit sliders this weekend, and Hero Bread products are so versatile.
And when it comes to nutrition, Hero Bread fits perfectly into my lifestyle. It's great knowing I can enjoy my favorite summer foods without sacrificing any, health goals. Getting enough fiber has never been easier. I gotta stay with the protein and the fiber and the protein and the fiber. I'm trying to incorporate more of that because apparently that's important.
That's the thing. For me, it's not about just withholding and like restricting yourself.
No,
it's about adding
incorporating.
Incorporate good things, you guys. And
yes.
Fiber and protein, that's the good stuff. I love how Hero Bread helps me cut down on sugar and add more protein. Duh. I even pack their sliced bread for travel days or road trips. It's just perfect for breakfast sandwiches too.
All your favorites with no consequences or compromises. Hero Bread has 0 to 1 gram of net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and is high in fiber. Whether it's their sliced bread loaves, buns, tortillas, or their limited edition 2-gram net carb Hero croissant, there's something for every craving.
Why not keep the carbs out of your summer without compromising flavor? Get 10% off your order at hero.co and use code disrespectfully at checkout.
That's disrespectfully at hero.co. Enjoy the summer without giving up the bread you love.
I've been craving that amazing spicy tuna with crispy rice from Katsuya. There's something about that level of culinary satisfaction that just makes you want it more often, you know?
Oh, absolutely. But dining out can get really expensive, and sometimes you just don't have the time or energy to explore new spots. And that's why I've been loving Cook Unity.
No, not I, we.
Okay.
We have been loving Cook Unity. Cook Unity is the first chef-to-you service delivering locally sourced meals from award-winning chefs right to your door every week. Do you want to know the best part? It's actually cheaper than other delivery options.
When I tried Cook Unity, I was honestly blown away by the quality and taste of meals. I ordered a mix of dishes focusing on my favorites like the herb-crusted salmon and the vegan butternut squash risotto because, you know, I love a risotto.
You love a risotto. If I cut you open, risotto would fall out.
Each meal was flavorful and fresh, just like dining out at a high-end restaurant.
Yeah, the meals are handcrafted by chefs in local micro kitchens, not mass-produced in big facilities. It really makes a big difference when you know your meals are prepared with such care and attention.
Supporting local chefs and suppliers through Cook Unity feels really good. Plus, you get to enjoy chef-quality meals without any cooking required. I love that. It's a win-win.
It is. And for anyone concerned about sustainability, like the two of us, Cook Unity's packaging is compostable, recyclable, or reusable. Your foods arrive fresh, never frozen, and stays fresh in the fridge for up to 7 days.
There's also a great variety of meals to choose from with options for different dietary preferences like vegan, paleo, pescatarian, and gluten-free. The menu is constantly updated, so you'll never get bored either, which I love personally.
These attention spans too, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
So why not experience chef-quality meals every week delivered right to your door?
Go to cookunity.com/disrespectfully or enter code disrespectfully before checkout for 50% off your first week.
That's 50% off your first week by using code disrespectfully or going to cookunity.com/disrespectfully.
Should we do daddy list?
I was just you always remember it better than me.
I'm
but
really
it's just
excited about it.
Okay, yeah, let's do daddy list. You start.
On my daddy list I want to put the whole chunk of it in it, but obviously a couple specific people. But
If you have the same one as me, I'm gonna be so mad. I think we might.
the air pistol competition at the Olympics.
No, but mine's related to Olympics.
And the gal from Korea that competed, who looks like fucking hot. She's like Trinity of the air pistol like community. I'm sorry, but like the glasses that they wear, the swagger stance, everything. I'm just like very horny for this. And then the guy from Turkey that took silver with like no.
What are you talking about? That's my favorite guy of the entire Olympics.
Obsessed. He just like shows up and he's like, "All right, I got this." Like one hand in the pocket, nothing else.
Wait, sorry, I cut you off. Please explain for anyone that didn't see it in comparison to everyone else, like what his vibe was, because I loved it.
Well, everybody else, like, yeah, they wear like these specific glasses to help with their aim. They like, you know, when you go to like the eye doctor, and you cover like one eye, like it just like helps them just kind of like be able to.
Do you know when you're really drunk and you're seeing doubles and you close an eye and then all of a sudden it comes back together? It's basically that.
Yeah. So they wear these glasses. I think at this point, if you haven't seen it, just I don't even know.
Google it. You'll see it immediately.
Google it. The internet's like free, basically. But they look just like so fucking cool. They look like spies. I don't know. I love it. But this guy shows up, and they also just like are kind of like dressed cool, like the one girl from Korea, and she also like wears her like daughter's like little stuffed elephant clipped to her like belt loop as like good luck. But she's like head to toe Fila, just looks like cool, like backwards hat, just awesome. He shows up, basically looking like somebody's dad. That's just like picking them up from fucking soccer practice, just with like regular eyeglasses on, stands there with like his hand in his pocket, raises the gun and just like shoots and wins silver medal. He's from Turkey.
He goes back to take a nap. He goes back to his rock hard cardboard bed in the village. Good night.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go grab like turkey sandwich and then hit the hay.
No, I loved it. But also all of them, they look, I think he looked the coolest because he just like did not give a fuck energy.
If you're not,
but
like,
everyone else they look like assassins. Like they all have cool, in addition to their fancy gear, they have cool outfits and they're just so like agile looking. And I just, that was interesting.
And they get this like stare on their face. Like it's like the bitchiest look on their face. I feel like
we'd look that way.
That might be my calling.
I think so too.
Am I that delusional that I feel like I could really just like slide right into that very seamlessly.
Yeah, but what if you walked out there like Steve, or that's just what I'm calling him, whatever, isn't it? You just stick your hand
He
in your
looks like a
pocket, you
Steve.
just go, was it?
No, he looks.
He looks like a Steve. He looks like a tired Steve. I don't know, so maybe you should do that.
No, but
Maybe
I
look up-
want to be like Kim.
Well, sometimes we want to be Kim, but we are Steve. So
I'm not a Steve.
I know I'm a Steve. You're more of a Kim.
I want to like have the confidence and everything that Steve has, but also but I want the look and the vibe of also Kim. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Why wouldn't you? I don't know, but
Yeah, she's so cool.
That's all of it's daddy. He's daddy. She's daddy.
The energy of it is that they're all so cool.
Air pistols are daddy.
His hand in his pocket is daddy. I'm like, are you kidding? Speaking of the exact opposite, this is kind of a sidebar, but someone was like getting the ick watching men's water polo. And at top they have their like, I'm like, what? Their caps? Like, and then it shows underwater and they're all like doing the like egg
kicking the
beaters.
legs.
Yeah, like, oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so my daddy list is also Olympics related. I hope I'm not saying her name wrong. Ilana Mar on the rugby team.
Yes.
Is that how you say her name?
Oh, okay.
I am so obsessed with her, and she's daddy because her personality. It has nothing to do with how she looks. Like she's a rugby player, right? So she's a built athlete. She's beautiful, but I love the way that she basically says, I do not have to conform to anyone's standard because I am an athletic, fit woman that doesn't necessarily subscribe to the like, I'm not a dainty little flower. She's not. She's strong. She's an Olympic athlete, but she loves makeup and to dress cute. And she's an advocate. She was like, I love my broad shoulders. When I was growing up, I always tried to hide them and felt insecure about it. And she is just so cool and funny. And I am so obsessed with her. Like, and I didn't really watch rugby. She fucking took some.
Oh.
I was like, I've never really watched rugby before. And this little like pipsqueak, she's like got the ball and just hauling ass. And like, I would have just pretended and like flopped down.
Oh.
This little pipsqueak's like, comes up to her and she just like goes, nope. And goes.
Just flattens her. Amazing.
So I love that. And actually, I have a lot of Olympic topics today, but yeah, love her so much.
If you were to compete in Olympic event, sport, whatever, what would it be?
Complaining?
Okay, no, an actual one.
Okay, what are
Not
they?
sleeping.
Not sleeping. I think
Naps.
there's like a petting horses one, something with a horse that you pet them or walk them around.
Okay.
Maybe that. What would you like?
Okay, I mean, but like if you could.
If I could do a sport, because I love the water so much, I would say probably diving, but I'm deeply afraid of heights, so that would never work. So probably something in swimming, though.
Okay, synchronized swimming. I would fuck with synchronized swimming. I can't like really hold my breath underwater, but like if I could, I'm just saying like, let's say they're like, we're gonna gift you with some athletic skill. Pick one.
We are starting a disrespectfully synchronized swimming team. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Or
hey, the Olympics are here in 2028, so we'll.
Or breakdancing.
Is that a real Olympic sport?
It's new. It's new. But like, how sick would that be?
Okay, well now I feel cheated. I changed my answer to breakdancing. I would love to breakdance fight with someone. Are you kidding? I'm doing that my whole life. Basically,
you have 4 years.
Absolutely. I think that's the lesson. We will check in on this podcast before the.
You're gonna compete in breakdancing. I'm gonna get into air pistols, and we're going to the Olympics.
I think that's a great plan. I think it's a great idea.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not either. I'm not. You guys, in 4 years, hold us accountable. Remember this episode. Remember the number.
Breakdance fighting.
I'm gonna breakdance fight,
and I'm going up against Steve.
Yeah, God bless him. Wait, really quickly.
What?
It's also Daddy. Should we tell them the huge news? The big, giant, amazing news?
What news? Kidding. Yeah, of course.
I was about to be like, should we get you a Celsius? What's happening?
Oh, I know. I've only had one today.
Guys, we have huge news, and we're really excited to tell you about it. Do you want to tell them or should I?
This is Wednesday's episode, but you're going to be getting another episode this week and every week after this week because we're getting 2 episodes now.
2 episodes?
We're giving 2 episodes.
We're giving 2 episodes. Again, we are so excited about this. So it'll be Wednesday will be like this, like more of the normal episode. And then Fridays will be Dub DD and Heauxmetown Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Our episodes were just getting so long. Like they were averaging like an hour and a half to an hour and 45. And like
They
we
could
said,
and they could be longer because we can't really get into the thick of the WWDD and Hometown, and we want to sometimes more, and we want to do more of them. So being able to dedicate an entire episode to just like dig in is gonna get real juicy.
yeah. So we're really excited about it, and I can't wait. So that's our big news, but we also have one more piece of big news that we'll tell you a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll save that.
We have one more, but we have one more
We're gonna
surprise.
edge you a little with that one.
Yeah, we'll edge you. We'll do the setting and make you wait. And we'll tell you. You sound like you're Furby. I know
it does. I don't know. I'm not good at it. Clearly, that's not my preferred setting mode. No. Okay.
Anywho, so we'll tell you that one later. Really also exciting stuff. But yeah, we're so excited. So we will be joining you Wednesdays and Fridays going forward.
We're doing an entire second episode dedicated to the affair. Just kidding.
Actually, so Alice was saying it, and we did too. So many people wrote in and they're like, I'm devastated about the affair. And you guys, it's too complicated for us. And there was so much, some of you loved it, some of you hated it. So we're going to stick
until
to what we know.
Everyone's on board with it. We're not going to do it. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try recapping something else at another time. But I don't know if that was the one for us.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean, again, you can be the juiciest, ripest peach, and there will always be someone that doesn't like peaches. Because there were some of you that said on the Instagram poll, very small amount, but some of you said, please don't do a second episode. And then people responded to that and were being very funny. But we think that you'll learn to love it because you'll get two. We've decided also to keep, they're both going to be long episodes. So that will just be really nice for us to be able to take our time.
Hell
and
yeah,
get to more of
brother.
your shit. We want to help you. We want to help you guys. We want to help you guys graduate dumb bitch you. We have our doctorate. Let me tell you.
I wouldn't say like a graduate. I think I've gone back for like more information.
Yeah. You're taking another lap. I am a professor, but it's mostly because I am not getting laid.
Yeah.
It's easy to not be a dumb bitch when you are not getting laid.
What?
What are you talking about? When you're celibate, not dating, it's just like, what do you have to be a dumb bitch about? Nothing.
I know, but like,
It's not a fair comparison.
I think there's
other
other ways to be a dumb bitch.
This is not saying, speaking of being a dumb bitch, but do you want to address the rumors?
What rumor?
You've been in the headlines the past few days.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Do you want to confirm or deny that you were on a date with someone? You can plead the fifth.
Was I on a date? Perhaps.
You want to say anything else about it? Is that it?
I don't know.
People were losing their minds. Did you see
Oh, of course
that
I
someone
saw.
was all up in her shit? I'm like, okay, first of all, whoever, relax. Well, I'll just open the floor to you to say whatever you want or not say.
Listen, I didn't obviously choose to put that out there because I don't,
No, of course not. Some fucking lurker over their chicken tendies and IPA was like being invasive. Was like,
I'm not going to deny anything about that.
Yeah, I love that.
But I don't think it's fair to be yapping about it.
No, I think that's fair. I figured that's what you were going to say. But
Yeah.
just so you guys know, at home I have the tea, and I'm not telling you.
God.
Anywho.
Anywho, do you know what else I'm obsessed with? I don't know. It came out I think yesterday. Have you heard the new Charli
Oh,
XCX
yes.
and Billie Eilish song?
Or as
I'm sure
Rainn
you have.
Wilson, aka Dwight Schrute, calls her, William Eyelash. I love it. Billie Eilish will always be William Eyelash to me.
William Eilish. Okay.
But it's so good.
Why have I listened to it 800 times? And every time, like, the part comes up, I'm like,
It's like I do a little, I twitch. I
know,
combust.
yeah. Holy
Why
shit.
is she so, I feel weird calling her hot because she's really young. But
I know. I'm sorry. I realize it's probably inappropriate to say that, but she's not like, she's 22. Okay, fine. But
is she?
Yes.
Oh, it's so young, but I'm sorry. Men get to be fucking 50 and call like 19-year-olds hot. I'm sorry. She's objectively like, if she was a few years older, would I sleep with her? Yeah.
Yeah. If I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either of those scenarios that shortens the gap.
I don't know. Older me. Yeah. Either way.
William Eyelash is on the daddy list. I'm like, good God. And they know what they're doing when they like show her hands and like, I'm like,
Bro.
knock it off.
Bro.
She's young.
I know, but like,
I also love, because obviously she has such a beautiful range in her voice.
mhm.
I love her voice in that song is a little bit different than the way she usually goes to like really high falsettos, and like it's a different kind of gentle, but it like perfectly fits the energy, I think, of what Charli was trying to capture. Did you see Charli at the Boiler Room in Ibiza?
No.
I'm not going to say what she was doing, but what I do know is she grabbed a small bag from her boyfriend, and then she ducked behind the DJ booth.
All right.
And everyone's like, she literally has a lyric that's like, bumping that blah blah blah, like, hello, it's
The
we
whole
know what
album. It's the whole album.
it's the whole album. That's her Brat Summer, and we're gonna let her do what she wants. But I salute her. I love that for her. I think she's so cool. I'm like,
No, I love Charli. My favorite thing about this whole like Brat Summer Charli thing is like the discourse surrounding Gen Z that they cannot fathom that she's not one of them. It's like, babes, we've been trying to tell you for a long time that like we own this shit.
when I Don't Care comes on to this day, at any bar or anything we're doing, I come fucking unglued.
Mhm.
Unglued. And then I'm like, kids, she's been a thing.
I know you were too young for it for a while,
Yeah.
but even like, okay, fine, no, Taylor Swift, like also not Gen Z, but
do they claim her?
no, but it's just like, but they're acting like we can't do anything cool or like we're not running shit. Like we gave you the internet.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We gave, not literally, but like social media, like hello. I know that there's plenty of millennial shit that's, you know, chuggy or cringy or whatever, but like that's like a really small percentage, I think.
No, I don't think we get our flowers enough. And I'm like,
No.
and especially with that song and Charli XX in general, I'm like, you were reading Goldilocks. Your parents were reading Goldilocks to you when I was at a club experimenting and singing that song. We are not the same.
Mm-mm. But we'll let you play.
Well, you have it. But anyway, I think Billie Eilish is Gen Z, but fuck, she's
Yeah, she is, but
even her kooky little outfits. I'm like, bring that little weird baseball cap over here.
bring it on over.
Bring it on over.
Let's talk.
Can I borrow your jorts? I like them.
We could share jorts.
We could share jorts, which is so
and
iconic.
and jerseys. I think I could share clothes with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's so funny? You bringing up fucking what we invented in the internet. Something I had on here. Someone was talking about it, and it's so funny to me. Top 8 on MySpace. Someone was like, "Oh my god, you could not." Gen Z couldn't handle it. We literally had a list that was public that we showed people ranking and we could only have 8 of them. Our top 8 friends, and when you got mad at them, you just took them off the list or changed the order.
You would periodically like change it. Yeah, and the order shouldn't have mattered, but it did.
And you'd get in tiffs with your friends about it. And like, if you knew when like we're all nosy, right? So beyond just relationships, friendships also, you knew when people were fighting because they're both their number one and one person moves it or both of them. You're like, did you see their top 8?
Oh yeah, when the
That's
top 8 would change, it's like my building being tagged this morning outside. It's like, what the fuck happened?
It's a billboard. And it's.
But yeah, like how ruthless was that to have like just on display, like these are my favorite 8 people. Everyone else go fuck yourselves. Like
Bizarre.
That is.
Well, also
they need to bring that back.
I know, honestly,
because some people need to be humbled and recognize like when you're not stepping up in my life, you will not be in the top 8. And some people know. I think some people might assume they're in my top 8.
Should we bring back the gallows as well?
Yes.
You're so ruthless. Well, God, I think I'm too sensitive for it now. But also Facebook. Look, I don't have one anymore. But when we used to do, you were in a relationship with, and it would tie you to the person, and then when you broke up, it's like a fucking billboard that says blankety blank is single now, and then also you could do like it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Attached to someone else, and be like,
what was that
Mark
about?
Zuckerberg, who's also fighting tooth and nail to get on the daddy list. He will never be on the daddy list. That man looked like a fucking nerd until a year ago, and then he's been like having some cool person advice.
No, that was a doctored photo of like him with the facial hair. That was even a real photo.
No, I saw an interview. I'm not even talking about the facial hair. He had like a little chain on and a cooler outfit. His hair was. I was like,
his wife stopped cutting his hair.
Yeah, I'm like, anyway.
Oh no.
But I'm like, Zuckerberg, you messy little bitch.
But honestly, yeah,
Crazy.
I don't think I know, but then people would like troll and be like, it's complicated with like their best friend. But
Right.
But you know what's also funny when someone would put in because you had a request. you would say in a relationship with so-and-so, and they had to like request it on their end. So it would just say it was on one person's end and not on the other person's or something.
I think it would just say in a relationship until it was accepted. Like it wouldn't say a name.
With who?
Yeah.
So one person's in the relationship, the other person's not, because they're not accepting your request to be in a relationship with them.
What if they denied it and sent back and it's complicated?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the trenches is my point. Like, you guys are also loving and accepting. Why do you think we're all so hardened?
Yeah, because we used to just like publicly rank the people in our lives and then try to like, I don't know.
Also with families, because I never paid attention to that and a whole long story. Like, did parents have kids in their top 8 and then rank their kids? Parents have favorite kids. There's no way.
But parents weren't on
around
MySpace. I don't remember anyone's.
No, not. Oh, I guess that's true. I guess that's because they're on Facebook and they're like.
But I remember
moms.
like, would you ever have like people that you didn't know in your top 8 because they were like just like MySpace people that they're like MySpace famous and you were like a simp for them and you're like, I want to put them in my top 8.
God, I don't think so. But I remember like, who were like MySpace famous people like. Because there was like Jeffree Star, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they were like the scene queens and kings,
Yeah.
like, you know, because it was very like that world and time of things. But Tom from MySpace was always people's like top.
I saw
person.
him on. I don't know. I saw him on it, and I was like, "What the fuck is?" And it was his profile photo was his MySpace photo,
No.
and I did some googling, and I don't know. He's just been out in the world living his life.
Doesn't he just like live kind of like he like travels around and just like lives just like
He sold MySpace. He doesn't have
Right.
Zuckerberg money, but he's like 50 million, 100 million. He has
he fine.
he good for
I
the rest of his
would,
life.
you know, I'd be great with a cute 50 mil for that.
Well, anyway, just because of that, I swiped on right, and he never spoke to me. So
Oh, rude.
he would not be on my top 8 right now. That's all I have to say about that.
He gets the boot.
Mhm.
I just miss like you'd have your MySpace page, people would go to it, song plays immediately. The background is like animated and moving.
Do you remember
and
when
we
were
did
all-
that shit?
We were all coding.
Yeah, because we would get code. I don't know where we get codes because people would post them on some website somewhere, and you'd like have to go copy and paste it into like the back end of the site that you would like hack into. Basically, like I couldn't even tell you how we did that, but we did it.
Also, if you put in the code and you accidentally deleted one thing and then it wasn't working, so you'd have to like go back and I'm like basically like locked in. I'm like, what is happening right now? Why do we know how to do that? I remember one, because obviously mine was so emo, and I remember one time it was like a photo that I put in black and white that was like basically this much of my face, and there was a Death Cab for Cutie song that was so emo with hearts that were falling, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like purple and white, and I would like, it's like the same way we all watch our own stories now. You would like code and get your page set up and then go like refresh it and look at it and be like, yeah, this is
Like 8 times a day, you're like, oh my god, this fucking slaps.
and you're like, this is so good. People are gonna love it.
You're like, I feel bad for everyone that comes to my page and is like so jealous.
They're probably like, hey, can I get that URL? I won't give it to them.
Gatekeeping it,
Mhm.
even though you stole it from like someone else.
Literally. And yeah, so we gatekept and we ranked our friends. Weird times.
Bring it back. Bring it back. That's part of Brat's summer. Gatekeeping and ranking your friends and partying.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Oh,
tomorrow.
Charli XCX would love MySpace. She would do so well on it. I
Yeah.
love it. Real quick note, I found this out last night and I was gonna text our group chat, but I didn't want to be bothering you late. You guys, the Boeing astronauts are still up there. It's been 50 something days.
Wait, how much longer do they have?
I don't know if Boeing's like coming out and saying that, but they were supposed to be up there for 8 days, I believe. And they're on 50 something.
Oh
no. How equipped are those shuttles, whatever you call them, with like
Oxygen,
oxygen,
food,
supplies, all those like what do you call that? Rations and things like that. Like what, like for to sustain
Well-
if they are up there for like a way longer than expected period of time.
I'm sure they overdid it because one time NASA sent a female astronaut to space for 1 week and gave her 100 tampons and said, is this enough? Let that sink in for a minute. So I'm sure that they have more than enough of everything. But
These people are the like scientists.
look, and they're getting like video of and her hair is like, I feel so sad for them, but they seem super calm, which I'm sure comes from the training of being an astronaut. The way I would be like, I have to get out. And I would just open the door and get sucked into space. No, I couldn't do that.
At some point, that would be my exit plan
Yeah, I'd be like,
to
bye.
literally exit
exit. I'd be like, I don't hold my breath. I can do it. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. So from space back to Earth in disgusting water, the triathlon people finally did do the swim in the Seine River after they had confirmed that it was 9 times the limit of E. coli, and they fully just, I don't know if they gave those people antibiotics, but how mad would you be if you were one of the athletes?
I thought they decided no, they weren't doing that.
They just did it like 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, they did.
They postponed it.
They postponed it, and then were like, you know what, it's fine. And I think it was more so Paris could save face than anything.
So what, we just wait to see if
well, I think that they're going to be basically looking like a medieval, like 1591 Victorian child, and they're not going to be public about it. They're going to have that person, you know, tucked away. But those people are going to get sick. I feel so bad for them.
So what was the distance that they had to swim?
I actually don't know.
Yuck. That is so fucking foul.
1.5 kilometers. I don't know how many miles that is.
I'm an American, so I don't know what to tell you.
That's not. I think that's.
It's just under a mile.
But yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that's a whole mile. That it's a significant amount of distance to be in that water. I was thinking like maybe like 30 yards.
Swallowing it.
I had to swim for my scuba diving certification. Mind you, it was in the crystal clear water in the ocean, but it was like 400 yards or something. And mind you, I'm not a great swimmer. I'm a swimmer, but I thought I was gonna die after I was like panting, and then immediately after we had to do a 10-minute treading of water, and I was like, can we take a break in between? They're like, no. Anyway, I made it, but those people are champions. I couldn't imagine. Swimming long distances is so exhausting.
Whenever someone says like, are you a good swimmer? And I'm like, what does that mean?
Do I look like Michael Phelps? No.
Like, what do you mean? Am I a good swimmer? Like, can I get from one end of the pool to the other? Like, sure. Like, can I swim long distances? No, but like, what am I up against here?
Can you synchronize your swimming?
Can I swim in the ocean against like current? No. But like, what is that when someone says like, what are you a good swimmer? I mean, unless you were competitive, no one's a good swimmer.
I think they say that in terms of like, at any point in your life, have you been on a swim team? And I'm like, no. I didn't learn to swim until I was 10 when a family friend, I was 10. And we'd go to, I think I've talked about Crescent Bar before. It's on the river in Washington. Like that was our summer vacation. And I took my life jacket off, and my parents' friend pushed me in the pool and was like, you're going to figure it out. And then I like figured out how to not die. And they were like, we would never have let anything happen to you. Although I believe that's true, there were other ways, I would say, to help you figure that out. So yeah, I can swim, and I like being in the water a lot, but that doesn't mean I try to make it my business to swim long distances. Like when you hear about someone who is stuck in the ocean and they swim for like 12 hours, like how the fuck do you do that?
Someone's like swam to like freedom. I'm like, that is something.
Yeah, that's a good swimmer. Michael Phelps is a good swimmer. We are good at not drowning.
Do you know what I like? A swim up bar.
A little cabana.
Like a swim up bar at a pool at a resort. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of swimming I do.
Nice 4 feet so you can walk if you want to.
I do a little paddle over there, hoist up, and then I'm like, give me some tequila.
And you're just comfy. You just have water here. It feels nice. There's usually an umbrella.
It's 3.5 feet deep.
Nothing's going to happen there.
It's,
you can drink as much as you want because you're fine.
Yeah.
You can stand up.
But swimming, no. I can tread water.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I definitely get a cramp.
Yeah, you would hate that. I mean, again, when I'm telling you, 10 minutes doesn't sound like that long to be doing it. After 400 yards and then 10 straight minutes, 10
minutes is an eternity. That seems like forever. Are you kidding me? After like maybe a minute and a half, I would be hating it.
I'm telling you, and I mean, mind you, it wasn't even like rocky ocean. It was in Cozumel, Mexico. It's like beautiful and pretty calm. I remember thinking as I was treading water after swimming that distance, I understand how people drown now. Like I was so tired and miserable, and we were not that, I mean, I was probably in 6 feet of water, but I wasn't that far from the beach. If I went under, someone would grab me. I was like, it's crazy.
Hell no.
Crazy. Yeah, no, you would hate that.
With all the traveling and my hectic schedule, I barely have time to go grocery shopping and cook. Not that I would,
that you would.
either way.
Mm-mm.
And when I do, because honestly, when I do, I just end up like wasting the food because I'm barely home to eat it. I'm just like one person. And that's why Daily Harvest has been such a lifesaver for me. And it really helps me simplify like all the meal prep and reduce the waste. And it's just a win for my wallet and the environment.
Daily Harvest is a game changer. They deliver delicious smoothies and meals built on organic fruits and vegetables right to your door. You know what the best part is? You can store them in your freezer until you're ready to use them.
Exactly. I can enjoy yummy meals, smoothies, and snacks that are ready in minutes without the hassle of shopping, prepping, or the worst, cleaning up. This means I never have to worry about having food when I return from my trips, and there's no concern about food spoiling when I'm away.
And when it comes to variety, Daily Harvest always keeps it exciting, which is so important. They have tons of great meals, snack options, and smoothies that look delicious and are ready in minutes.
I love how Daily Harvest keeps my freezer full. Even when I'm away, it's so helpful for eliminating the food waste, which breaks my heart. And as you know, my favorites are the mint and cacao smoothie and the harvest bowls. They've saved me so much time after returning from a trip and just getting right back into whatever routine I'm in.
No matter how hectic your calendar is, stay fueled with Daily Harvest.
Go to dailyharvest.com/disrespectfully to get 15% off your first box of $100 or more.
That's dailyharvest.com/disrespectfully.
dailyharvest.com/disrespectfully.
Have you ever found yourself tossing and turning at night, unable to get comfortable because you're just too hot? And I mean, you are hot, but we're talking temperature wise. You know, one leg under the blanket, out of the blanket, sticking it out for a monster to eat it, still just not finding the right balance.
But thankfully, Boll Branch is here to help you never sleep hot again. Their sheets are woven to allow airflow and feel cool and crisp to the touch, making them perfect for sleepers who run hot like us and also hot like us, you know.
Yeah. Boll Branch has amazing options for hot sleepers. Also, have you ever in your life met someone who's like, I run cold when I sleep? Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
What is it like being favorite? You can choose from 100% organic cotton percale, which has a naturally cooling weave, or their linen, made from European flax to be light, airy, and softer than soft.
I've been using Boll Branch sheets for a while now, and let me tell you, I love them. As soon as you feel them, you can tell they're high quality. They start off silky soft and get even softer every time you wash them.
Oh, I love
So it's just
that.
like really encourages you to like wash your damn sheets.
Since switching to Boll Branch, I've noticed I sleep so much better at night. I stay cool during the summer, and they're just so cozy and comfortable. I went with the classic white color, and they look fantastic on my bed.
Oh, me too. And compared to my old sheets, there's literally no contest whatsoever. These are simply the best. Plus, Boll Branch sheets are loved by millions of sleepers. So, you know, you're in good company, even if you're not in company in your bed.
Even if it's just you starfishing. The way to be.
Yeah.
And they fit the deepest of mattresses with top and bottom tags, making your bed easier than ever. The thing's like a Rubik's Cube sometimes, you know?
I know. And best of all, Boll Branch gives you a 30-night worry-free guarantee with free shipping and returns on all U.S. orders.
So why not get your coolest, most comfortable sleep with Boll Branch?
Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets when you use promo code disrespectfully at bollandbranch.com.
That's Boll Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com. Promo code disrespectfully for 15% off plus free shipping. Exclusions apply. See site for details. How much do you think you're paying for subscriptions every month? The answer is probably more than you think. Over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. I definitely did. Katie definitely has. I remember signing up for a streaming service for a while back and totally forgot that I was still being charged even after I stopped using it. Thanks to Rocket Money, I'm no longer wasting money on subscriptions like that. I'm just wasting money on other things.
No, seriously, most Americans think they spend about $62 per month on subscriptions, but get this, the real number is closer to $300. Isn't that insane?
Crazy.
That's literally thousands of dollars a year, half of which we've probably forgotten about. Just money down the drain. Thankfully, I started using Rocket Money. They found a bunch of subscriptions I had forgotten all about and helped me cancel the ones I didn't want anymore. Like the streaming service I signed up for just to watch one show.
Oh, do you know I'm the queen of like, I'll take that free trial. That free trial I could have paid off my student loans
Yeah.
by this point.
God.
With Rocket Money, I have full control over my subscriptions with a clear view of my expenses. I can see all of my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something I don't want, Rocket Money can help me cancel it with just a few taps.
I love how the dashboard shows me this month's spending compared to last month's spending. It's like a little game I like to play with myself.
Sometimes it's a really scary. Sometimes it's a game in the way Jumanji is a game.
But
Sometimes
no,
it's scary.
But it really does help you see the spending habits. Sometimes you got to humble yourself. Plus, they help me create a custom budget and keep my spending on track.
Yeah, mine is like you're locked out of your phone for the next year. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you up to 20%. All you have to do is submit a picture of your bill and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. They'll deal with customer service for you.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions. That's saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features.
So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/disrespectfully.
That's rocketmoney.com/disrespectfully. rocketmoney.com/disrespectfully. Do you know what I think is so interesting? Look, you guys, I'm sorry. It's not a smooth transition, but something that is blowing my mind because we are recording this on August 2nd. So allegedly
What
today.
happened to July? Oh.
Huh?
No, July didn't happen.
Oh, yeah. She came and went.
Yeah.
I mean, July should stop on the 25th because it's like after my birthday. Who cares?
Okay.
Taylor Swift and Swifties, they could figure out who killed Kennedy. I don't know why they haven't band together and they're like tapping in for the John Bonet case, but
yeah. They could do anything.
they could. Okay, you guys, it's August 2nd and allegedly she's releasing her Reputation Taylor's Way or announcing it. And the Easter eggs, I have gone down rabbit holes of people going down rabbit holes. The way that this group of people mobilize and they're like, okay, look, her caption on this day had 3 exclamation points, then 2, then 1. Now look at her timeline. It's matching up and these photos. And then if you go back 4 years, it matched up the same way on this day. And Taylor Swift is a genius, I think, in terms of Easter eggs. Like it's really cool that that's her thing and how
she does
engages with her fans in that way. But I'm like, these women can do anything. Or I guess, sorry, not just women. Lots of people are Taylor Swift fans.
Well, yeah, but no, it is pretty remarkable that I'm just like, well, I don't know. I think that about some of my friends and just in general, like how we can, like we should work for the FBI for sure, because the way people can find anyone on social media, they're like, all I need is like a first name and like any city that they've lived in. And they can find their social media, their family's social media, where they went to school. They can find out like all this information just by their first name and then like maybe one other like general piece of information.
You're better at that than I am. I feel like most friends.
I don't know, but sometimes I hit a dead end and it's really frustrating when I cannot.
Yeah, we have like special agent friends that do that. But here's a question for you, and it's kind of redundant because I feel like I already know the answer. But do you think you would make a good PI, private investigator?
Like what kind?
The kind that trails like cheating spouses.
I feel like I could, as long as I'm not like in like serious danger.
No, this is a affair type thing.
Oh, I think I could do that.
I think I could too, but furthermore, I think I'd really like it. I think it's
I'd enjoy it.
Why did no one talk about this in terms of they're like, be a doctor, be a vet, be a PI? Why did no one tell us that?
Mm-hmm.
The reason for this is because I'm so nosy and I mostly would just, and it's just like, there's a lady that I've been seeing all over TikTok who has been showing her face. So this is interesting to me because she's putting it out there and I'm like, you look unassuming. She's like sitting with her like Wingstop and like her camcorder in her car, which is really funny to me. She's always like eating the car and she's like, has her phone and she's like, oh, like they're walking out and pulls it out. So she has to record them and stuff. And so there's a level of boldness because she'll go into where they are and like kind of walk around kind of casually. But it's the same as, what are those people called at secret shoppers, or the people at stores they hire to look like normal people shopping that are loss prevention loss prevention people. So she'll go like follow them around, but she's really putting her face out there. So I'm like, it's probably not good for your cover, but I'm like, that looks like a good time. And she like charges them for the food.
To buy her lunch.
Yeah, she
And
basically,
nothing else?
no, and she
Like, any,
no, but I'm saying
should I'll do this all for a
she expenses it, which I think is cool.
steak dinner at a Charms Bill Pub.
Yeah, she went in. She was like followed this couple into a romantic Ruth's Chris Steakhouse dinner. Got herself a souffle, and I was like, "That's no one told me about this." Is my point.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like I could definitely see now that you're explaining more. Like, oh no, I would thrive in this.
I listen to people's conversations when no one's paying me
Yeah,
all the time.
nosy.
Nothing is better than when you can tell a couple is fighting and they're sitting in your earshot at a restaurant.
But also, I love like vindication too. So like seeing it all the way
Helping
to
prove.
yeah.
Well, and it's like 9 times out of 10, these people are absolutely cheating, and it's usually with the person they thought about it with. But I'm like, I wonder how frequently people actually hire them. Not just this one person, but in general. Like, do you know anyone that's ever used a PI? I don't.
Yes, we both do.
Who? She'll believe it. Who?
Ooh.
Oh.
She's openly talks about it.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
but we
Well,
don't,
then
we don't
maybe
need to
that's
put
an
that in
outlier.
there.
But I mean, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I just feel like besides that, I don't know many. But like, would you ever hire one?
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I would like to think that I would not ever have to be in a position that
Yeah.
I'm smart. I got more scruples than that. You know what I mean? Or that I would be my own private investigator in those situations that like I could like, I feel like my discernment's pretty fucking great when it comes to people that like there would be plenty of shit before it gets to that point. But I don't know.
For me, this is no judgment to the people who do hire them, but if I'm having to ask myself if I should hire a PI, I'm out.
That's what I mean.
It's just like it would never come to that point
I don't
for
think
that
it-
reason.
I don't think it'd have to come to that point because I'm gonna like listen. I can be a dumb bitch sometimes, but like that's just like it's like fun. It's all in fun. I'm not gonna be that dumb to the point where I'm just like, do I need to like hire somebody to go follow this person because I think they're like acting terribly towards me?
Well, I guess, and I get it if they need it as evidence for like a divorce or whatever, but if it's simply to see if their hunch is right, like, babes, save yourself the Wingstop and whatever her fee is. You know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Of course they're cheating on you.
Uh-huh.
And of course it's at your house with your best friend. Like, yes, that's what's happening.
Correct. Oh,
So you would not believe how many this lady, and then also sometimes she'll do like a face mask in her car while she's doing it, and then like she'll do like her contour, and like I love it for she's such a like girl's girl. But I can't tell you how many times she's like, oh, she's returned to their shared home. Brutal. Yucky. Like insidious.
People are just they have like no fucking shame.
No.
Why are people in relationships if you're gonna have affairs? I don't understand.
I don't know. Like,
Do they like the thrill of like sneaking around? Is that like what's appealing about it? It has to be because otherwise just like leave.
I think that there's an element that they do like the excitement. I think that for multiple reasons, whether it be financial, if they're married, or, history, like we obviously know one big loser. We could ask those questions too, but like I think it's multiple factors. But yeah, ultimately, if you want to cheat, should you just break up with your spouse?
Yes.
Yes, 100% of the time. I also think that there are slob kebabs out there. You might know one that does things when they're drunk and sloppy and just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
but
there's so many reasons.
Carrying on like this, like where it's like you're, having almost like double life kind of thing where it is a full blown affair, like that's something different. That's not being sloppy. That is like there's like malicious intent. I don't know.
Oh, it's such high risk behavior. Like in whether it's only a relationship or if there's children involved, there's also usually probably friends involved in some with it just like spider webs and hurts so many people. So I don't know, but also I hate in like I'm trying to think of a specific movie. Like Matilda would be a good example.
What?
Whenever someone like in a movie breaks into someone's house to like they should, because in terms of like they're in the right and they're looking for something. I cannot watch those scenes because the like my anxiety of like, oh my God, this person's gonna get caught, and like, she goes in there to get Miss Honey's whatever. So then in the same way, like I could not imagine going into someone else's shared home, having an affair, if for no other reason, like the likelihood of someone coming home would be 0.00001%. I can't imagine, like, are you really having an enjoyable experience? Because that's just, and I'm sure it would just feel so like dark and dirty.
Yeah, I would not be able to like relax or enjoy myself. I don't know. Yeah.
Crazy.
So let's say she brings them the like evidence, the information. Do they leave? I mean, do they break up with this person? Because you know, a lot of those people, if they're to that point where they want the info, they know, and then it's usually those people that stay. I don't want to judge, but like you do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She doesn't do follow-ups, so I'd be curious. And so, sometimes she does story time, so maybe I need to listen to her more and see what she talks about. But I feel like she usually talks about the like actual tailing of it all.
Mm-hmm.
This is a complete sidebar, but also just a PSA for anyone who's out there. And I'm thinking about this because of my paper cut incident in which I thought I was getting glitter bombed.
Oh, God.
There's a new scam going around where someone will get a package and there will have a piece of jewelry in it, like a ring or whatever. And then it will be a paper that looks like a business card and a QR code. And when you scan it, it hacks your banking information. So it's basically some like shitty, cheap piece of jewelry and an unmarked package. Like it's suspicious. Like there's no return address and whatever. So this has been going all over the internet. People are getting hacked. But also what is weird to me about it is why are we in a place in which QR codes can access your, like there should be no QR, there should be technology that prevents that. That's insane. We all scan. People could then put them on tables at a restaurant, like pretending it's the menu.
Yeah. How the hell does that work?
I don't know, but it's very scary stuff. Have you heard about that?
No.
Allison?
Thank you for
well,
sharing.
if you get some weird piece of jewelry and you did not order it, please don't scan that code.
But first of all, suspicious.
Curiosity killed the cat, though. If you didn't know that, don't you think you might do it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Because you know that shit looks shady as fuck too.
No, it's weird, but
Scan this. But I also, I don't ever question QR codes. You know, those like funny memes where it's like, imagine asking so-and-so to scan a QR code at a restaurant. And it's like all these like different random like celebrities or characters from a restaurant. Like imagine asking like, I'm trying to think of who would
Cher
or like Moira from Schitt's Creek to scan a QR code at a restaurant. It's just people you couldn't like possibly imagine. I'm like, I'm not.
she'd be like,
looking this up on-
Dad, I'd like the paper menu.
Yeah, no. Anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then never mind. But this shit was funny. It made me giggle.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a quick PSA.
Yeah, don't open it. If you do open unmarked packages and there's a QR code, don't be scanning it.
Yeah, number 1, take it outside. Number 2, don't scan a QR card.
Yeah.
Number 3, put a foil hat on. Should we do the basement?
Yes. We have the same basement.
Okay, well, I have 2.
Okay.
So you can take, I want to let it be known that Katie and I already know we have one the same, but you can take our joint and then I'll do the other one.
I didn't commit this disgusting person's name to memory. It's something
I wrote it down. His name is Steven Van de Velde.
Steven Van de Velde. He is a volleyball player from
Sweden, I think.
Oh, Sweden. Yeah, somewhere in another country. But he is a admitted and convicted
child.
A girl. She was like, what?
She was 12.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to give you as much information as possible. I'm not trying to like yuck this fucking whole thing up right now. But yeah, he went to jail.
He served 4 years in prison for that.
And was still able to come and compete in the Olympics. Now he wasn't able to like be around anyone, but he was able to come and do his thing. There's young children competing in the Olympics, y'all.
It's not only even alleged. He literally admitted to his crimes. He went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
He is a child. And the fact that you are still able to compete
There's
in the
no
Olympics.
Question about
when
it.
People, it's not like
alleged.
up to the court of public opinion. It's
No.
a real thing. Like when in the Tokyo Olympics, when Sha'Carri Richardson couldn't go because she smoked weed, this man is a racist. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm sorry, I'll stop saying that word, but my Godney basement.
Mm-hmm.
He did get booed, which I loved, but I'm like, the fact that you were even able to compete is disgusting.
Why?
to me.
Okay, but back it up even further. Why would anyone want to be on a team with this man? Wouldn't you think that, like, how many people are on a volleyball team? Wouldn't they be like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking quit if this
Correct.
person is allowed to be on this team. No one did that. So are they not all a little culpable of like him making it even to the Olympics or making it on a team that qualifies for that? Like,
yes.
I don't want to say that they're all guilty of the same thing that he did, but like, my fucking God.
Men and women, right? But we're specifically talking about a man on a man's team. men need to start calling out their male counterparts more, and just in general. And like, if you do not speak out against it, you're co-signing on it. Sorry, I would say nope. I will not be competing until this person is gone.
Yeah.
Y'all need to stop protecting each other so much and just admit when someone is a pariah and needs to go.
Yeah, I don't care that he served time. I don't care that like he, whatever. Like, why would you want to be around somebody that, ugh. Anyways, basement forever.
He's disgusting. I actually have 3 more. Okay, so number 1 is kind of random. Have you seen that plane in Las Vegas that you can rent for an hour to join the Mile High Club?
So it's like a plane that sits on the ground.
It's like a single engine Cessna. They take
I was
you
gonna
up.
say,
They take you up.
Oh,
But it's not like a big, giant, luxurious private plane. It's pretty small quarters back there. There's creepy red blankets put down and a box of chocolates and like a teddy bear. And you rent it for an hour.
Oh, no,
and there's a pilot,
no.
and I'm pretty sure there's no door, and the pilot just stays looking forward.
And does he?
You guys, I'm like, just go. There are other places to be doing that, and I understand it's designated for that, but doesn't that also kind of take the fun out of what it means to be? I think the only scenario in which I would want to be in the Mile High Club if I was on a nice private plane that had doors, that wasn't like, obviously, like bathrooms and airplanes are so gross.
Yeah, I barely want to like use the bathroom for bathroom business, let alone
Yeah.
like bang someone in it. But also like that is just so, it's tacky.
It's so tacky.
It's like we're gonna, what if a guy brought you to Vegas and he like rented that? Like, I would run so fast.
I would break up with him immediately. It's just so tacky, and it gives me the ick. I'm like,
my God,
it's the first
biggest
time
ick.
an inanimate object has given me the ick, but full blown ick. My other one, well, 2 more. People who are shaming Kamala Harris. First of all, she is the vice president of the United States of America. Put some goddamn respect on her name.
Yes.
Second of all, I don't give a shit what party she is. I don't care if it was a conservative nominee, if it was a Democratic nominee. This is a system of the patriarchy. It is misogyny. That's all it is. No one is like, oof, George Bush really ran through that sorority in college, or like, wow, Obama, he was a real playboy back in the day. It doesn't get mentioned ever, because that is what men do to try to take power away from women, to assign worthiness to them about, and by the way, this is all alleged. They're rumors anyway, but even if it were true, she's literally a married woman that is sitting at the second highest office in the world.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
That's
Disgusting
disgusting
to me. I literally cannot.
Well, they go from like, yeah, but she's only given this position or any position that she's ever had because she slept her way there. It's just, it is so foul the way they speak about this. And then now it's like, oh yeah, now she's just a DEI hire. I have another one too.
Take it back to you. We'll volley this
The
thing in a
way
non-problematic way.
Trump spoke at that, like, what was it, like a conference?
It was at the
journalism.
NABG. It was
Thank
at the NABJ conference.
Yes. So he gets asked a question by a journalist saying that what he feels about other, Republican Party representatives discussing Kamala being a DEI hire. He doesn't answer the question, but starts going in on her about how she's disrespectful. She was late. Her equipment doesn't work. She was rude. It's just like his tone and the way he was speaking. I wish if I could have reached through a television screen and smacked the shit out of somebody, I wish so badly I could have. And just to all of them. And then when there's more people on stage, he keeps bringing it up again. So I can't hear you because this equipment is so terrible. Like, I could not believe the way he was speaking. I could not believe. I mean, yes, I can. But like but it's still so shocking. And it's still so shocking that he still gets to like even be in the presence of anyone. Like this felon, this criminal, this disgusting, vile human.
Let's break this down a little further. So the National Association of Black Journalists, that was the conference.
Yeah.
No, because I want to, honestly, we might fucking be here a while in the basement. Let's break down how problematic that is. So basically what she was asking, and they had a liberal, moderate, and conservative panel member, right? That are all Black journalists. They're all women. They're all great at their jobs. So the first question was asking about the comments that he has basically co-signed on for people in his party, and then things he said that are offensive and racist.
Right.
And instead of tackling it or using that moment, he immediately, this is the rudest question that anyone has ever been asked. I would say, you're just a rude woman, angry.
Yep.
So that was disgusting, first of all. But second of all, he never answered the question. That is what look, the thing is, Trump is not political for me. And I hate when people say that. I don't feel this way about any Republican person pretty much ever in the history of the world. He isn't, he hides in the Republican Party. He's not. He's a fucking unhinged lunatic.
Yeah.
That he says the quiet part out loud. That his team pulled him off the stage because he was the shock of everyone there. And then he goes on to be like, Kamala was, she's Indian her whole life.
She decided
she turned black.
She suddenly turned black. Like, sir, sir,
she's a biracial woman.
Yes,
you're right. She's Indian and black.
You just discovered two. Okay, wow.
If you have not seen that entire panel, I think it's important to go back and watch it. The way that
then he wants to talk about how, he's done the most for people of the black community, black people love him, and then he's given black jobs. He brought up the black jobs thing again, which I just still like rattles in my brain, and I cannot understand what the fuck that even means. And they asked him, they're like, what are black jobs? He goes, any job, all the jobs.
So let's be very
like,
clear
what?
about this. He's talking about, first of all, he says 16 to 17 million murdering migrants are coming here. That's a lie. He just throws out numbers and says things that aren't true. And this cult that are fanatical about him just go with it. They co-sign on it because people who are normal Republicans, conservatives, who know he's lying are too scared to stand up to him because they're scared of losing power and the wide reach that he has. So he says 16 to 17 million. He goes, there's lots of black journalists in this room. I respect them. I love them, but they're coming to take your jobs. So you're telling me 16 to 17 million migrant journalists are coming to this country to take your jobs? No, that's not what you mean, because that's not what you mean when you mean black job.
Yeah.
You don't mean journalist. What do you mean? Say it out loud. And then he just goes, job of any kind. Okay, so you think a migrant is coming here to take your job, Donald Trump, to be the next president? No, that's not what you mean. To be a lawyer? No, that's not what you mean. What do you mean? Really clarify that. What jobs do you think that people who are undocumented, what kind of jobs are available to them? And you think that those jobs are black jobs?
Yep.
You racist, xenophobic, homophobic, sexist, misogynistic, convicted felon ass piece of shit. And I'm sorry, if you listen to this podcast, you know how we feel about him. It's never going to change. I think he's the most divisive man in U.S. history. He has made the tension has never been higher. It feels like 2020 times 2. It's very scary. This has nothing to do with politics. He is an absolute megalomaniac, narcissist piece of shit. And I don't know how people do not see that. I'm sorry, we weren't planning on talking about that.
I know, because when there's people that are, in the Republican side of things that, are conservative, that do lean for the right of things, can look at him and they're like, wow, he's crazy. He does not represent our, policies, like our politics or anything. Listen to them.
Oh, the Republican.
Let's just listen to what they have to say.
I'm Congress member in Arizona who just spoke out against him, who's been his entire career. I'm like, people like him, more Republicans, please. We have to just say the quiet part out loud. I mean, we've been saying it, but I'm like, you guys, like Mitt Romney, who is a class act. Yeah. Someone had posted something. They're like, I miss that this is how debates used to be. And it was Obama and Mitt Romney. It was respectful. It wasn't looking for division. It was looking for everyone to come together. It was just like the way that our brains can't forget that is how it used to be. It was boring. But it was like people let each other take their time. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, I really miss that. This man is a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not registered to vote, please, God, register to vote. I love all the groups that are coming together right now that are doing all these amazing Zooms and raising money and doing the right thing. But you guys, I hope if you like listening to our podcast, I hope you vote, because we will be in bonnets before you know it. They will be using every single episode against us. And
correct.
That's that on that. Sorry, I'm going to come down.
No, that's great.
I
love it.
there.
That was passion. It was raw. It was real. I like it.
I have one more.
Okay.
My new favorite hobby on TikTok is blocking a very specific group of creators. There's a group of creators right now, and there's one big one that I don't feel the need to mention because people will know what I'm talking about even in describing it. But there are hundreds of thousands of other creators just like her that comes on that app every day. And we've joked about it, but it is some serious shit. They do a what I eat in the day, and it is clearly between maybe 1,000 to 1,300 calories. They clearly have disordered eating issues. It's not for me to decide, but they're also doing all these crazy workouts. So we're not even, factoring that into just their caloric intake. And they're like, this is me at my happiest and healthiest. No, this is you at the beginning of an eating disorder before your hair starts falling out and your organs stop working. And you are peddling this to a bunch of young, impressionable women. It's like the Tumblr girl era.
And they're on a vacation and they're talking about how they're staying, on track on vacation. It's like, bitch, go be on vacation.
Please.
Oh my God, it is so toxic.
You're entitled to want to look however you want to look and be healthy, but this isn't healthy. And I think we really need to differentiate between that because it's also triggering for a lot of people and it just like shocks me. So anyway, now when I see them, immediately I know, I just go block. Protect your peace. No, thank you.
Oh yeah. No, thank God I don't see that. I just see like, tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unreal, but mine's just like scary shit nonstop. And then like, I don't know, weird random shit.
And then I scroll and I have a vampire live in New Orleans. Yeah, really taking advantage
mine
of
is like only like vampires, ghost stories, weird Appalachian shit. Like, thank God they're not getting like peddled fucking diet culture shit. Whew.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so I should probably go take a breath, and I think that's it.
We can go touch some grass.
Okay, great. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like
Disrespectfully.